is I connect you with my partners in Japan. So you guys actually will have experts on the ground. You guys will have guides on the ground who are bilingual, who can speak to the locals there for anything you guys need, but also be able to communicate with you guys very easily. And then if anything emergency wise happens, you guys will also have contacts in the country. So that's just what I do to make your travel easier. And just a little plug for myself. I do that for the whole world, not just Japan, but I am a specialist in Japan. So yes, I'm just helping you guys to have an easy travel. So I can help you with your flights if need be. But once you hit the ground in Japan, I have everything absolutely set up for you guys. So you really don't have to worry about anything. You guys can go and explore how you want to. Yeah, it's just set up like I believe in just easy travel. So yeah. You guys have any questions about the trip while I'm on? Yeah. All right, so you guys have a great time. I know Ada's already set and ready to go. Joanne is asking questions. She's ready to go. So yeah, if you have any questions, always just reach out. I'm here to help you guys.
Ebony, can you put your email inside the chat so
Mhm.
they can connect there?
Yes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share my slides. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're able to see the slides. Drop a 1, drop a 1. Latondra dropped a 1. Yes, this is being recorded. Thank you, Latondra. I needed to press that record button, so thank you. I'm glad you said that. Christina's ready. Patrick's ready. Ada's ready. Tasha's ready. Renee's ready. Jazz is ready. Latondra is ready. And there is Ebony's email. Thank you. And Anthony's ready. Okay. All right. So this is our monthly meeting. We meet every month to talk about our mastermind and talk about what we're doing in the world. We're all authors in here, right? So some of us are already published and some of us are not. If you're already published, put both of your hands up so everybody can see who has already published a book, right? Okay. And then if you're on your way and you're getting ready to publish, go ahead and just raise one hand. Okay. And then some of us still have ideas in our head and they're going to be published pretty soon. Okay. So this particular trip is specifically for authors and it is specifically for people who are participating in our anthology. So we'll talk a little bit about the anthology. We'll talk a little bit about the actual trip and we'll talk about the people that are sponsoring the trip. Okay. So today's September 21st, 2025. Welcome. We did our meet and greet. That was really, really quickly, right? We talked about what makes us happy. That was the meet and greet. We're going to talk about updates because there's a couple things that have changed. We're going to talk about the anthology and the pre-sales, which are happening as of today, y'all. Drop the word pre-sale in the chat if you're ready for pre-sales. And drop the word show me the money. Like drop that sentence, show me the money. Because you guys have already written your chapter, so the book is almost done. Now we're going to do some pre-sales. Okay. All right, so meet the coaches. My coaches are actually people that I met on Facebook. I saw them advertising speaking, coaching, right? So I was like, I want to be a better speaker, so I need to join this program. So I joined the program, and then I found out that they also offered travel. So there was a trip that I wanted to go to, and it was to Italy, but I missed it. Ada was able to go on that Italy trip. I wasn't able to go, so I was a little bit bummed out. But then they told me about the trip to Iceland, and I was like, ooh, I'm going to Iceland. So exactly a year ago, September 2024, I went to Iceland, and that's what gave me the idea to go to Tokyo, because I was like, where do I want to go? Right? So these are my coaches. To the far right is Jesse Cruz. He's actually my speaking coach. And then to the left in the turquoise dress is his beautiful wife, Desiree Cruz. And together they have a company, and that company is called Merge Worldwide. and they take people on vacations all around the world, and they create stages for you to speak on. So not only do you travel, but you get to speak on different stages around the world. And so when we were at that mastermind, it gave me the idea to create something for authors. The cruises work with speakers, I work with authors, and together we take people around the world, which is amazing, which is what makes me happy. All right, so let's meet the authors. Drum roll for the authors. Clap it up for the authors. Boom, we got Latasha Jefferson. I'm the lead author. This is actually my 11th book, I think. I think I'm on book number 11. Some of them are on Amazon, some of them are not. Because honestly, you guys, when you publish books, Amazon gives you like this much money. Your website gives you way more money. So I'm all about helping people write books and make money. Type money in the chat if you're interested in making money. There's no point in writing a book and putting it on the market if you're only going to make this much money. Okay, so we talk a lot about money in my community because we want to make money. There's Patrick. Clap it up for Patrick. Patrick is in the house. Patrick, drop in the chat how many books you've written. I can't keep track, man. I think it's like 8. You guys need to Google Patrick, and you also need to connect with him on Facebook. Let me see, how many books does Patrick have? 5. Yes. All right. Sandra Bridges. She's actually in Germany right now, and she's not feeling well, so she'll be catching this on the replay. So clap it up for Miss Sandra Bridges. She actually has this book anthology coming out, and then she also has another poetry book, so she'll have 2 books this year. So she's a 2-time author in 2025. We also have Ada Malave, who has a Spanish and an English book. And if y'all want to get it, she's gonna drop the link in the chat. She just put it up on Amazon. And that was a whole process, y'all. But it's there. It's there. So grab it. And then this is Latondra Williams. Latondra Williams will become a first-time author this year in 2025. And she'll probably produce another book in 2026. We'll see how it works. Because right now she's working with my favorite ghostwriter, who is Brian Kirian. He's not in here, but I'm sure he's going to watch this replay. And then we have Vivian Jameson, who is out of California. She's not here tonight, but she will be watching this replay. All right, and now I want you to meet our sponsors. Now, this trip would not happen without our sponsors, because when I go big, right? So not only are we doing a trip, we're doing an anthology. We're also doing t-shirts, right? And we're also doing a photo shoot and a watch party. All of this stuff is not me. All of this stuff is sponsors, friends, family members, angel investors, lots of people supporting this effort to make it happen. So let's clap it up. Our first top tier 1 sponsor. That's the highest level, y'all. Tier 1 is Christina Roman. Clap it up for her. Drop some love in the chat. All right, we also have Tariq Ware, and he's not able to be here tonight, but he is going to be watching the replay. So we're going to clap it up for him. Virtual, give him virtual. Do the virtual, do the, what is it at the bottom? Whatever that is, click it and do the hearts and stuff. We have in the house, Anthony T. Cutno Jr., one of our sponsors. We also have Risa Renee. We have Kanisha Akra. We have Jose Escobar. We have Bernard Rogers. We have Lady Cleopatra Davison, who just signed up to be a sponsor a couple days ago. And we have Ebony in the house. Okay, these are the updates. The dates have changed a little bit. So write these down. Travel, check in, check out, or take a picture. Just take a picture of the slide if you want. And let me make sure I check in with Ebony. Is Ebony still in here? No, she's not. Okay, no worries. Okay. This is where we're staying, y'all, at the Keo Plaza Hotel. It is no longer a cruise, right? We decided to go with a hotel because we have a lot more freedom and flexibility to see more things. Okay. These are the places that we're going. I am not going to try to pronounce these words. I know Tokyo, I know Kyoto, and we're flying out of Osaka. I don't know how to pronounce the other one with an F. I don't want to mess it up, so I'll let it go. But this is where we're going.
Uki.
How do you say it?
Uki.
Uki. Okay, that's where we're going as well.
Yeah, I was stationed there.
Okay, thank you. All right. We are having a watch party on November 8th, so mark your calendar for that. So the sponsors are going to be able to Zoom in and participate in the watch party, and they're going to be able to speak on stage while we're in Japan. So our sponsors are going to be in Japan without being in Japan. Does that make sense? They're going to be zooming in with us. So that watch party is in the middle of the trip. And that's on November 8th. Okay. So what is a watch party? A watch party is exactly what it sounds like. We're going to be hanging out, partying, having a good time, having a photo shoot, doing our writing. Of course, there's going to be some writing. We're going to do some book promotions. But there are going to be people here at home that are going to be watching. Okay. So at this point, our book cover is changing. We ended up getting a totally new graphic designer. So the book cover is going to change. The book title is actually going to change as well to match the cover. But your content is forever. So what I want y'all to do tonight, at about 20 minutes to the hour, we're going to stop. And I want you to read a little piece, your favorite piece from your chapter. I won't have you read the whole chapter. I'll just have you read your favorite part. I recommend you read the hook at the beginning, because that's really good, what's going to grab people's attention, right? But you can choose whatever you want to read. Okay. All right. So this is the original thought. This was the original cover with the title, and all of this has changed, right? You'll notice at the bottom, there are some authors that started out with us and they're no longer with us. Okay. We've also used ChatGPT to do some research, and we found some better titles. So stay tuned. Okay, but your content, the people that are in this room, when they read their content, that is the content, because we've already had our editor go through it once. Okay, we do 2 rounds of editing. And before we go to round 2, we have a beta team. We now have a beta team, y'all. We have a beta team. These are people that read for me. They're my previous clients, past clients. Some of them are current clients. And they come back and they help me in the production of books, right? So this anthology is going to be read by our beta readers, and they're going to give us feedback before we go to the second round of editing, just in case there's some feedback that we want to take in and we want to change. We can do that before the book actually comes out. So that's the purpose of the beta testing. Okay. The t-shirt has changed because it's no longer a cruise. We also have a different graphic designer. So this was the original idea, but it's no longer gonna be happening. Okay, but this is an idea that I want you to just keep in your mind, because eventually you will be able to get a link and click and buy yourself a t-shirt. Okay, now sponsors, you get a t-shirt automatically. Authors, you get a t-shirt automatically. Family, friends, they have to purchase. They get to purchase. They don't have to, they get to purchase. This is the back of the t-shirt, and it features our sponsors. And there are a few more names that have just been added, so we'll have to update the t-shirt again. But you have the idea. This is what it looks like on the back of the shirt. Okay. And then I have some links for people who want to start selling. If you want to start selling, it's a 50-50 split between you and I. but I'll talk about that in another meeting. And then we have our t-shirt link. Pre-sales have started. Okay. But now I want to transition. I want to get into the actual chapter so you guys can hear a little bit about what the book is about. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to go over to, we have Tasha in the house. Tasha, do you want to talk a little bit about what happened this Saturday as I'm pulling up my chapter? I'm going to read my chapter, but I want you to share a little bit about what you do because I love what you're doing in the community.
Sure, sure. Thank you, Latasha. And my apologies again. This camera, Zoom does not want me to be great with the camera today. But with that being said, Latasha was able to join in on what's called the Prime Legacy Security Women's Safety sessions. And what that is a safe space for women to come in and discuss. If the series is for the next 4 months, once a month. Each month is going to be a different topic. And this is more of a purpose and a passion project for me because I have been in business for 12 years, serving the community in a way that provides security guard services. But what I like to offer now is accessibility to anyone who wants to be able to have the confidence and be empowered to protect themselves if they feel like they need to. So I do offer CPR classes, physical self-defense classes, along with firearm safety training. And those, again, are just ways to feel empowered to actually be safe. And these sessions, each session is catering to a need or a concern that has been brought to my attention throughout the year. So with all of that information, I said, hey, I'm going to create a safe space for women to come in, talk about it, and not just talk about it and complain about it or just vent about it, actually have the tools to be able to take action if need be, not only for themselves, but for their loved ones or just concerns that they may have for their community. So Latasha was a speaker yesterday she, of course, shared her compelling story about how that message resonates with her. And I was so grateful to have her come in. Again, this is something where after 12 years in business, I want to bring it back to the roots as to why I started Prime Legacy Security. It is not only to work with corporate partners, but now also the general public and making these tools accessible, making this training accessible, and also bringing in a sense of community at the same time.
Thank you. I appreciate you. That was a phenomenal event yesterday. It was awesome. My biggest takeaway from your class, Tasha, was the fact that you created a business to help women feel safe, right? I talked about being safe in your own skin. Tasha, what she does with her company is she literally gives women the skills to be able to protect themselves wherever they go. Tasha, really quickly, what are some of the classes that you offer?
So I do offer CPR classes. So those are through the American Red Cross. They're 2-year certifications. And if there's ever an emergency that you may come across choking, someone who may be in need of CPR, identifying the signs and symptoms and actually being the person before EMS arrives to help and assist. Every second counts in those emergency situations. So that's a class that I offer. The other one is RAD self-defense training, which is a national certification, and you often see it at colleges and universities being taught. But that allows you to, if someone were to physically attack you, chokehold, grabs, hair grab, anything like that, the tools to manipulate that situation and get yourself to safety. The other is a firearm safety training that's through USCCA. And there are levels to it. So you have for concealed to carry and home defense training with that. But then I also offer mini courses for those who have, some experience and just want to, let's say, have their concealed carry permit and they need some extra time at the range, some more education, some more knowledge. It's pointless to have a firearm and not have the knowledge to actually be able to use it and have the confidence to be able to use it if you have to. And I do offer these trainings in pairs or in parties. So you can come with a friend or you can make it a group party with 5 or more folks. That is listed on the website that I sent you the link to there. Under book classes, you'll see everything that is offered. So in the chat, again, I put in the website, and now there's a question in there, where am I located? So I am located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but I do travel. So a lot of the certificates that are offered in are national, but let's say the one that gets particular, I'll say, is a firearms training. So we would have to have a discussion depending on what state that you're in that's close by. If in fact, you have your concealed carry permit and how we would go about doing that. So yes. So, and then some of the courses, for instance, like my real estate safety class, the real estate agent safety class, that's something that could be offered virtually. So there are some classes, specifically the mini courses that are listed on there. A lot of them can be offered virtually, but the others, of course, obviously the physical self-defense, the RAD safety class, or a firearms training, we could do half virtual, then half at a range that's close to you. The CPR training, same way, it's actually blended courses now where some of it is virtual, and then the other half would be the skills training.
Thank
There's
you, ma'am.
also, sorry.
No, keep going.
There's also merchandise that is sold. So if you are interested of personal or self-defense merchandise like pepper spray, stun guns, and alarms, along with some first aid kits and other devices that are safety related, that's located on the page as well. And I do have trainings to help give you more knowledge of how to use those devices and also the legal ramifications of using those devices if you should have them.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate you.
Thank you. I'm also having the rest of the series. I'll actually put the link in the chat here. It's a 4-part series from now through December. The next one is October the 25th, and I'll put the link to register. This is for women, young women ages 14 and up. I believe this message is very important, especially for our teen girls and also our young ladies in college. A lot of what we talk about is building empowerment, confidence, and just keeping an eye out in all that they do. So please feel free to join in, ladies, and also bring your loved ones, your nieces, your daughters, all the young ladies in your life that you feel like should be more aware of this message.
Thank you. As a part of our mastermind, I like to allow people to promote their businesses. Does anybody else have a business that they want to promote right
I have a question and will promote my business
now?
that ties in with Tasha. By me, Tasha, me being a veteran, disabled veteran, with your business, what you just described, I did all of that in the Marine Corps, and all the training and everything that you said that you do. Like I say, I did all of that in there. So, do you use and partner with veterans? Because what I do is, like I said, I speak and writing and everything like that, coaching with the men and veterans. All the veterans I know and men that I know that are veterans, we would love to partner with you and train the young women that you do doing that, because we work with men. So the men, we can majority of the time take care of ourselves in those type of situations. So who do you partner with? And if we don't have the certifications to actually do that type of training, do you offer that?
Great questions, Anthony. Thank you so much for reaching out with those. So what I'll say to that is, first and foremost, thank you for your service. And also, as far as the the trainer certification, so to become a instructor for any of those, what I actually got them straight from the organization. So, for instance, American Red Cross, I've had that trainer certification for over 11 years now. So I got it directly from them. I'm not a master trainer through them. So to answer that question, I wouldn't be able to do that for you, but I can certainly link you to the tools to be able to do so. Is same with the USCCA and the RAD instructors certifications. So I appreciate the idea of partnership. This is what I'm offering women. I would say relatively new because I'm used to working in the corporate space. So I'm usually around men all the time, which is funny that you mentioned that. But now that I'm seeing the need more, I'm getting a lot more requests from women and also our young women specifically. I'm seeing there's a need, and I'm glad to be able to offer that, provide that. And then I do develop workshops that are customized. That is also listed on the website as well. So if there is a program or organization that you would like my assistance to develop, maybe coordinating instructor certifications, coordinating organizational safety workshops. There is a link on the website where we can have a call to discuss exactly what you're looking for, but it's certainly a possibility. And again, thank you for your service.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll do that because I know plenty of Marines that I serve with that is actually what they do. Marines that I know, he actually work with the schools out in Aurora, Colorado, dealing with all the school shootings and everything that
Mm.
we have out there and others out in Cal. So yes, we can talk later offline. But what I do is I offer trauma coaching to men and veterans, speaker, writer. I'm a publisher and everything like that, just like everyone else in here. So that's what I do.
Yes, we should definitely partner up for a seminar and bring it either virtually or somewhere in the middle and in person. That sounds like an amazing idea. I'll put the link to how to connect, do a call.
Okay, cool.
All right, Latondra, do you want to promote your business? Ada, your business, or Patrick?
Go ahead, Patrick. I'm looking for something.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I am starting up PRGA consulting. So essentially, what I do is that I help business owners and entrepreneurs who have, of course, a business, and also looking at and figuring out what can we do to ensure that your business runs efficiently with AI and find solutions that works for you based on what you need.
All right, Renee, did you want to promote your business?
Yes, my name is Renee, and in the beginning of January 2024, I started a business that I haven't touched this year because I've been redeveloping portions of it. It is called uh, Embark on the Sophia Century. And Embark on the Sophia Century is a time where both men and women can come into unity and collaboration for a more equitable, sustainable, and healthy society. And my website is, I put it in the chat, World Wide Web, reneesophia.com. And so I enjoyed my first opening of last year. I had a couple participants, and it was good to do that for feedback and launching. So it's still in the developmental phases. So if you go to the website and you'd like to make any comments, you're welcome to in the blog. And if you have questions, you're welcome to send them my way. I will put my contact information in the chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Renee. Miss Ada Malave.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm a transformational grief coach and I reside here in Puerto Rico. And my target audience are women over 40 that are processing grief and will be in need of help in the techniques and things that I have available for them to process the grief, as well as building confidence to move forward in their new journey in life. And I put my link tree in on the chat. So that.
All right, thank you. Okay, so now we're gonna transition over into the reading of the chapters. So I'm gonna read my chapter first, and then I'll have Patrick read his chapter, not the whole thing, just part of it, so we can get kind of an idea as to what it's about. And then Ada. We will hear from Vivian, Latondra, and Sandra at our next meeting because they're not able to make it, but they'll be listening to the replay. All right, here we go. Pull up my chapter. Okay, here we go. Put a 2 in the chat if you're able to see my screen. Okay, Tasha can see my screen. Renee can see my screen. Ada. You guys can't see my screen. Patrick and Andrew see my screen. Okay, perfect. Okay, so right now we are looking at 2 different titles, and this is going to be a series of books. So we're either looking at the author identity, decisions that turn writers into authors, or the author identity, when we decide to write, we chose success. Okay, so those are preliminary. We have a disclaimer at the beginning. And that's basically just saying that we're not doctors, we're not lawyers, we're not therapists. We're sharing our own personal stories of how we became successful as authors. All right, and this is our introduction written by me. This is not a boring business book. This is not your mom's recipe book. There are no one-size-fits-all rules on how to succeed. These stories are designed to inspire you to take action and write a success manual of your own. Take what works for you and build on it. Take the rest and share it with someone who needs it. Our collective stories demonstrate that when you decide to get laser focused on a writing goal, nothing can stop you. We are living, breathing, successful authors. And we are here to show you that being a successful author is possible. Even if you're not a celebrity with millions of followers, we are bootstrappers in every sense of the word. We're regular people with regular problems who have walked through many trials and tribulations, and we are still standing. Research shows that creative people often struggle with 3 main challenges, which are procrastination, writer's block, and imposter syndrome. There's no magic bullet or cure. However, we have figured out how to get through these barriers and live to fight another day. Reading this book will help you discover your way out. You will learn how to write through pain. Good luck and enjoy the ride. I'm warning you, it's going to be rocky. All right. I'm just going to read a little bit of my section. And as you can see, the author has, or the editor has marked it up. So this is not final. Okay. So the name of my section is 49 and Pregnant Again. Guess what? I have some great news to share with you. I'm 49 years old. I have 3 almost grown daughters. And I'm pregnant again. Yes, You read that right. I'm pregnant with a new idea for another book. Ha, I got you. As of June 2025, I've given birth to over a dozen books. Some are available for purchase on Amazon. 2 are available on Audible. Yet most of my books are ebooks hidden behind a paywall because of book pirates. Why? Because my clients and I have witnessed my content being stolen by other people on the internet. Yes, book pirates do exist in real life. Also, my best content is being converted into curriculum for my online courses inside of my school, which officially opens in spring of 2026. Speaking of school, let me take you back in time. The year was 1988. I was 12 years old and in the 7th grade, and I was pregnant. Yes, I'm using that word again. With ideas. I was pregnant with ideas, but I was confused about how to get them out. Luckily for me, I had an amazing English teacher who taught me to never give up. Let's call her Miss T. Miss T gave us a different writing prompt every day and only 10 minutes to write a full page about the prompt. At first, this writing assignment scared me to the point where I shut down. Then one day, she came over to me and she said, if you're not sure what to write, just copy the same sentence 50 times. I followed her instructions and my brain started to generate ideas on what to write. That strategy helped me get out of the habit of procrastinating. The act of copying the same sentence multiple times was the spark I needed to turn on my mind's engine. Later in life, I learned that in psychology, that is called a pattern interrupt. Memories of my childhood trauma often hijacked my mind and caused me to freeze up during writing tasks. By 12 years old, I had witnessed enough violence to warrant a PTSD diagnosis. Even at that age, I understood that writing about my true life events would have landed my parents in jail. So to protect myself and my parents, I allowed my brain to shut down. Miss T solved that problem. She gave me a powerful technique that serves me well today as a writing coach and publishing expert. I teach my clients how to interrupt the freezing pattern, when faced with a writing task. This technique works like a charm every time with every client. And it kills writing procrastination. All right, this is the last paragraph right here. Let's fast forward to 2005, when I was a 29-year-old social studies teacher at a middle school in Southern California. Picture this. I looked cute wearing my khaki capri pants and turquoise cardigan sweater from Target. I was minding my own business, eating my lunch in the teacher's lounge. My science teacher friend sat next to me and said, hey, you should write a book. And I'll stop right there. Okay. Any feedback for me before we go on to the other authors? No. Renee?
Well, I liked how you said, frankly, that this was going to be not necessarily an easy process, but one with pain. And sometimes getting our ideas out there and sharing with others can entail some pain. It's not all a joyride, although of course we could be enjoying ourselves along the way. And I liked how you introduced yourself sitting there with your turquoise pants and your beige pants, excuse me, and turquoise shirt from Target, sitting down and having your science teacher come up to you and said, hey, you should write a book. And I think that the sharing moves people to recognize you as well as what is important to you. And I like how you engaged the audience. I think you're very open in showing your draft with all of your red marks. I'm a perfectionist and I would be shy to do that. But the fact that you're so authentic I think draws people in. So that's great. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm also inspired by your dedication to your authorship task. I liked how in the beginning you had two samples. I liked both of them. I was going back and forth in my mind, trying to figure out which one I liked better, thinking, oh, she might ask us to vote whether we like the first or second. But you haven't asked us, so that's okay.
I think within our group we already voted.
Did you?
I think we did. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
okay,
I don't
within your
remember.
group. That's
We'll
great.
figure it out.
Okay. Good going.
Thank you. We're definitely going to ask the beta readers as well. So if you want to be a beta reader, let me know. I have a whole link. There's a whole contract for you to sign and everything.
Oh, wow.
We're going to be doing that probably in a week or two. So I'll email you.
Beta reader.
Yeah, you read it and you give us feedback, but you write your feedback down and I have a little survey. And then we go
Okay.
over the feedback and we make changes or don't,
Or we know.
never,
Right.
and then we publish the book.
Amazing. Very good.
I love, that's the process that I created because what I noticed when I'm helping people write a book, back in the day, I would have them take a worksheet to a friend and have a friend read and give them feedback on the page. But their friends, their family members, their coworkers, their church mates, they don't have time and they promise they're going to do it, but then they never deliver. So what I decided to do was just take my clients, previous clients that have already gone through the process and ask them to volunteer to come in on a Zoom, read, and then give us feedback. And we actually give them 7 days. So we meet on a Zoom, give them the chapters, and then they have 7 days. Then we get back on a Zoom, and then they give us their feedback. And it works beautifully. Love it. Okay, so I guess it's a toss coin. We're gonna toss a coin between Miss Ada and Patrick. And we don't have these chapters in order yet. They're not in
Go
order.
ahead,
We're
Patrick.
figuring that out.
I want to hear yours. I've read mine a few times already.
Sure, why not? Done. Okay, so I'll share the almost middle part of my story. Let's see. Looking back, everything connected to one defining moment in my life. Being diagnosed with a learning disability at the age of 5. That single fact shaped my journey in and out of classrooms. It forced me to adapt through transitions. 3 schools in 6 years, while teachers retired. My family moved and my support system changed. Every year brought new challenges, fitting in, following routines, discovering my strengths and weaknesses, and just grow up. Those early experiences made adapting second nature, even when it was exhausting. More importantly, they taught me that small adjustments, whether in routine, mindset, or effort, could make a big difference over time. Graduating grade 8 and receiving my first ever academic award was a milestone. It wasn't just about recognition. It was proof that all the effort that I had put into navigating my learning struggles was paying off. Entering high school, I embraced the discomfort of being different. I wasn't there to follow the crowd. I was there to build my own path. High school became a season of growth and experimentation. By grade 9, I started achieving small personal wins. By grade 12, I was flourishing academically, even earning spots on the honor roll 3 years in a row. I challenged myself with harder courses and pushed through setbacks. Still, there were struggles. My grades were rising, but physically I was stagnant. In sports, I gave everything during the season, but I lacked the drive to train in the off season. Each summer, I slipped back, and each fall, I had to claw my way up again. That cycle stuck with me. It was one of the first times I noticed how momentum worked and how easy it could be lost if not maintained. Later, that lesson became one of the pillars of the 3M habit loop. The toughest period came during my final year. I faced two major decisions: whether to take a leap year to work and reflect, or to attend a university immediately with fewer options, since I had been rejected by several programs. On top of that, my closest friendships began to shift as they all went down different paths. I even missed prom, something I told myself wasn't important, but deep down, it added to the feeling of being left out. The weight of failure, loneliness, and uncertainty hit hard. For the first time in my life, I spiraled into a dark place and even contemplated suicide. But I kept moving forward. I graduated high school with pride, 3 honor rolls, stronger confidence, and a renewed sense of resilience. I wasn't just a student with a learning disability anymore. I was a young man who had learned how to turn barriers into stepping stones.
Thank you, Patrick, for sharing that. You guys can see this is personal. We're sharing personal stuff that happened to us when we were younger, right? And this all leads into what we do right now as professionals. It all leads into us figuring out strategies to be successful and not having, there's really no exact blueprint on how to be successful. Everybody has their own thing that works for them. But there are some common habits that successful people have. And so those are the things that we're going to be highlighting in the book, are those common things that everybody can do as habits to be successful. And then each person's chapter talks about what they do, what their strategies are for success. So for those of y'all watching this on the replay, chapters are coming together. All right, Miss Ada.
Hold on. I'm going. I thought I wasn't going. Okay. Let me just get it up on the screen.
Don't worry. In the next one, we're going to have Vivian and Sandra and Latondra are going to read theirs too.
Yeah, I'm just gonna read the beginning briefly.
Okay.
My chapter is on transformational healing through growth, self-care, and service. The year 2020 started out with a bang. Earthquakes hit Puerto Rico on January 6th at around 12:30 a.m., and I was asleep at home. My bed started to shake so hard that it startled me awake. Instinctively, I sat up and waited for the bed to stop shaking before I moved. At over 5.6 magnitude, that was the strongest earthquake I've ever witnessed in the past few years in Puerto Rico, but I knew what to do. After changing clothes and putting on shoes, I went outside. My neighbors were outside, their homes as well. My stomach hurt, nauseated after the night's events. Once aftershocks eased, I went back inside, but another tremor hit as I left the bathroom, keeping me awake until the morning. In the following weeks, persistent aftershocks caused further structural damage across Puerto Rico, especially in the south. Many buildings, homes, and schools were left unusable. The situation was reminiscent of previous disasters, including Hurricane Maria, raising ongoing concerns about well-being on the island. As the events became more frequent, I started journaling about all these experiences, reflecting on my recollections of dramatic events as the earthquakes and the onset of COVID-19 pandemic, with self-examination and self-discovery. I recounted experiences as my immediate reactions during crises and expanded into larger themes of growth and adaptation. I conveyed the emotional impact of the events, fear, anxiety, relief, and my decisions in response to uncertainty. In the journal, I express my inner thoughts, my dialogue I had with myself, and my observations about my environment and loved ones. I'll leave it there. Thank you.
Hey, we've been on here for an hour. What is your biggest takeaway from tonight? Biggest takeaway.
Oh, good. That everybody basically, yeah, basically connecting everything from their past to and lessons learned to what they're to so basically what they're doing now to helping others, their passion and all of that. And they just basically like I'm gonna say a gun, and all the lessons learned is the bullet, and the book and the business and everything. That's the actual gun, and the memories and all that stuff. That's the trigger, and that's the ammunition and all of that. And then this is the catalyst, and boom, there you go.
Renee, biggest takeaway.
I think my biggest takeaway was realizing the genuineness of everyone in the group and putting forth their life's mission and their vulnerability as well, and their desire to offer something of value to the community through their works and their books and life agenda. Thank you. Thank you. It was a very wonderful meeting.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, I agree with Renee. Just the connections and seeing how vulnerable and how we are all wanting to give our view of what we went through and how others can get something out of it for their own personal growth.
My biggest takeaway was that everyone has their own unique individual story and challenges that they've gone through, but they all lead to the same point, which is overcoming, conquering, and victory. So that's what I appreciate the most, hearing and learning and listening. And to be able to put that on paper, wow, what courage. I'm inspired, honestly. I am.
I think she's pregnant, Latasha.
I think so. You're gonna be on a call in a few days, Tasha, talking about your book.
Oh boy. Looking forward to it.
I'm for sure gonna call you. Patrick, take away. You're the last one.
Yeah, I think just really being here and hearing what was shared. There's always things that can be worked on and what to add or whatnot. And I realized that it's always a small little adjustment. So it could sound perfect, but there's always little things that, oh, I missed this part and that part. So every time we hear sharing our stories, it's always good to be inspired, but also just looking at, okay, I think I may have missed this or missed that, and then include it where it could be applicable, and then get checked again, get feedback, and keep going from there. So it's a really good reminder to just be on top of that.
We'll land the plane right there. Thank you, Patrick. For any of y'all watching this on the replay, we love you. Bye.